All right, my turn. I'll bring us home. So, the Fletcher exercise reminded me of the amazing family tree I've been born into with awesome uncles and fathers and grandfathers and brothers who are all my heroes and have always taken risks for the good of the team and the tribe and the family and done their best. And it's a colorful family, and not everything works out, but the stories that we tell about each other are always on the amazing qualities of what they were trying to do and what they did do and how much they love their families. And all the other stuff is just works in progress. We'll get through that. He's working on it. And on my side of the exercise, desperation. I've thought about all the times I've been in desperate circumstances and managed to weasel my way out of it through some trusting into the outcome and going for it with an intention and just say, let's go. I they're I may not win, but they're going to know that they were in a fight. So let's just go and just going all in. Well, hundreds of times I have been in trades where I've had that notion, and it's led to disaster and losing all my money, and to the point where there's a real strong urge in me to embrace that dark side, knowing it's going to fail, so that I can enjoy being in the failure and reinforce the satisfying feeling of disgust and despair and self loathing. And the only thing that gets me out of that is the phrase, so what? What are you going to do? And who are you serving? And what can you do for others? And so the only light that there is for me is service to others and trying to use what I've been given as a way to help other people. I worry all the time, and I can only think about the 80% of the ventures that I try that fail because it reinforces that satisfying self doubt and defeatism. And the 20% of the things that work and that are any good, I could care less about them because I know what an anomaly that is. And I try to give those all away because maybe it'll benefit somebody else. And so that thing you see in the background there was my sketch from yesterday morning's True Story Circle. It's the 40-year vision of my most desirable peaceful future. Every road march I've ever been on with a backpack going into harm's way has always been that's always been in my head about the thing that I'm marching towards is someday I just want a little hut, a dojo next to a river with a path so I can go get some fish and a little well to get water and a little roof over my head to store some grain and mountains in the distance where I'm going to go someday to die and see what's on the other side, surrounded by forests and all that stuff. And that is my place of contentment and satisfaction and certainty that that's where I belong. And so, whatever I can do to help others on their journeys is something that gives me hope and light for and optimism for the future and drives me to do more work. I've given up a long time ago at trying to fix myself. I just accept what that is and try to stay out of the pit. And so I am death on exiting trades when the signal says exit because I know what happens when I don't follow that rule. So I am murder on that. I will not tolerate not getting out of the trade when the rule says get out of the trade because I know where the rule comes from. It comes from my better place. And I have learned to discount all of those other intuitions, the might have been, the should have been, all that, because the world is filled with tigers and sharks, and they know how to trap you. And I am not going to take a risk that I don't have to, and I'm not going to allow other people to naively accept rules without understanding the deadly seriousness of violating those rules on the exits. And I don't want people to have to walk into that darkness to figure out where their light is coming from. But you're going to do what you're going to do. But all I can tell you is that that darkness is always there with me, and I'm always one step away from falling into the abyss of excess belief beyond reasonable fit, and so I do not take risks that I don't have to, unless I have to, and then watch out because you don't want to be on the other side of that, and that's what keeps me going. So that little 5x8 card is perfect because it was crumpled and bent and had coffee stains on it, and that's pretty much what my lived experience and that memory is. That's a perfect mode for that story, which has endured for over 45 years of my personal and professional life, with very few points of light in there, which I do cherish. My wife and my kids and my friends and the tribe and good, innocent people in the world who it is my sworn duty to protect. And if you cross that line, don't cross that line. Uh-oh.